Hello guys, welcome back to the Crew Wild Run, driving all cars, part number 50. In this case it's not a car but a bike. The Indian Scout, competition for the Harley Davidson, sorta. That's what we are looking at. It is a bike, so I can already, although it is kinda okay, it has a quick response as most of the bikes do, so they are small, easy to dodge traffic. Those things are always a plus for bikes in this game compared to a car, of course. But it is a bike, and especially after the latest April patch, where they kinda ruined the bikes handling wise, is also for this one probably going to be a minus. What does that mean? Well, it has the bike handling, as I call that, and that means that you have to really slow down in the corners unless you're gonna hit barriers and walls and stuff like that. Sometimes it works, gets you faster through there, but that's not the idea. Acceleration, it is a bike, so normally that's pretty good for bikes, but we'll see. What is... well, see, it is a bike, street spec and performance for this thing. Street spec with I sorta, well, kinda made it more like a cruiser shopper thing. Let's see, with fastest time here, bikes, BMW 1200 26.1, which is more of a raid bike, so not really comparable. But yeah, then again, not much is, I guess. The Ducati Monster 25.6, which is the fastest here in street spec, followed by 110 Skyline, Hummer, cars like that, and the Raptor as well. Those are kinda the fast accelerating street spec that we have tested so far. This being a bike, I also expect here acceleration. Because before the April patch they were kinda OP in most of the specs. If you took out a bike, the cars could not follow. And that's because the steering was pretty sharp of those bikes. And I guess too many players have been complaining about it, and they also had to make some changes for the upcoming stunt race, which they later brought. And especially the dirt and the raid bikes are kinda ruined. This is straight line acceleration, no steering involved, so it should still be amongst the better ones. And it definitely is. Fastest time we have tested here in street spec, 25.536. Even 1/10 faster than the Monster. Is there anything going to go under this, or is it the fastest accelerating street spec? We'll see. Maybe the KTM bike could be faster, I don't know. Maybe even one or two cars, although I doubt it. I think acceleration wise the Skyline probably the best, unless the BRZ or the Mini surprise us later. But for the bikes, so far this one is the fastest, with only the KTM to come. We will know that tomorrow or the day after, because I'm back on alphabetic order and sorta makes the KTM come one of the next videos. It is more of a road bike now, built at least. Removed the bags on the side and stuff like that. It's more built to perform than, at least by looks, than my street spec. 23.7, that is, well, it's not that fast. It's a good acceleration, of course, but, well, yeah, we have 22.5, 22.9 for the Diavol, 23.9 for the Monster, so I guess it's sort of comparable with the Monster. Kawasaki 22.6. I'm not sure what happened with the BMW bike. 23.9 there, the 1000. on performance. Maybe it was raining or something then. It seems to be a bit fast, slow compared to the other bike that I've tested here. In performance it's somewhere in the middle, above average for sure, but not as high up as in street spec. So acceleration wise, street spec mainly. Since that's the fastest of the lot we tested here so far. Yeah, and the minus acceleration plus the minus is definitely going to be the bike handling. You can especially with this chopper thing here, so has way more weight than KTM 450, which is more like a motocross bike. Best accelerating in street spec, at least still of those that we tested, and brakes, bit of an issue. Throw it in the corner and yeah, we come out of it, so not a problem so far. Here is a bit of a problem already. Have to slow down way more than with the car in the corner, and that's what I call the bike handling. That's where you lose it. If it came down to speed and acceleration, some of the bikes, even this one in street spec I think, will still be OP. Which also means that on some wider tracks with long straights, also in PvP, you still want to use a bike sometimes. After the April patch, people kinda left the bikes for what they were, just to have some fun with it in free drive, but they are no longer using them in PvP. Unless it is something like the Big Chill Eliminator, where you can hardly drive any of the cars except for the four-wheel drives, and also the bike works there. But other than that, it's kinda okay. With this one, don't see many people driving it, although there are meanwhile quite some people that have the wild run. I think most of the players have, so they have the bikes. And this is one of those bikes, you see them in time attacks or in brand time attacks where you have to use them, but other than that, don't see many people using it. And that might have a bit of a reason. Get some friends playing with a controller, and apparently this bike has a bit of an issue with controller or wheel settings. In that way that you can barely take the corners with that thing. Doesn't really steer. Speed-wise, that might be the issue, although yeah, well, we messed up there a bit. Should be able to do 360 as well in this thing. Although it might have a bit lower top speed. Because other than that, it's maneuverable. You just have to take corners a bit slower because of the bike handling patch, and yeah. But I kinda like this bike, just to hang out in. But when it matters, I take out the KTM because that's lighter and smaller. But on some tracks, bikes can still be used. People are always complaining and whining on the forums. That's easy to do, but it's way easier to just drive them around and test them. Some of them are not that bad. Let's see. That's for the street spec. And the street spec, seeing the fast acceleration and all, is also the best use for this bike. It also has a performance spec, but that just, I don't know. It's not bad, but it's the street spec just feels a bit better. Also here, acceleration wise, it's above average, but nothing special about it. While the street spec is the fastest that we tested so far. So that means that you're very often also acceleration wise with this performance spec, you're going to be in the middle of the pack. And then you're going to deal with the bike handling, and even if it has a good top speed, it might be a problem. You have to slow down a bit too much. That's the biggest problem in the corners, that is. If the corners are not too sharp, then you can come out of it and have a fast acceleration with the street bike. But with the performance, yeah, it's good. But there are cars with the same acceleration or even better, so not really catching up there in the races. Let's see if we're not hitting stuff this time. Bit tricky at all. Also on jumps, of course, you're dealing with that lean forward key. You have to go up there on big jumps, because otherwise this thing is going to do stunts on you. We are going towards 390. So maybe the top speed is the issue here. We were also not getting to 360 with the street bike, 348 or something. This one was not on the limiter though, so it might go 400 or more, but may make I don't know. Maybe it takes a bit longer than with the other cars or bikes. Could be that this one has a little top speed issue compared to other bikes or cars. Although it's not bad. But the bike handling is a bit, yeah, slowing you down in the corners. And it's a bit worse with this one than with the street spec. So I would say for this Indian, best use the street spec. I will see you guys in the next one, and bye for now.